Hey guys, it's me, I'm back. I am gonna tell you a little story, so I guess you could call this a little bit of a story time video today. So the story I'm gonna tell you is about the time when me and my mom thought there was somebody in our house. For those of you that watch my videos, I live at home with mom and dad still, and so I get to watch the house when they're not home, or when it's just me and my mom and my dad is out of town. I watch the house and I stay home with my mom unless I'm at work, which is actually where I'm standing outside of right now. I'm standing outside of my work. But anyway, so this video, we thought someone was in our house. And it was just really, really altogether creepy. So what had happened was we went home from gathering stuff for my birthday party. And with my birthday party coming up, we were home, we were cleaning, so we got tired. Me and my mom decided we were going to sit down, watch TV. My grandma had taken one of my little sisters, so it would be easier on us, and we had my little sister Jade home still with us. So we sat down, we were trying to watch a show, and all of a sudden the TV just turned off. All the lights, the TV, everything. We freaked out because everything went off. We tried flipping the lights on, they wouldn't come on. So it got to the point to where we thought we heard somebody downstairs and people outside of our house. So we thought, okay, somebody broke in. We ended up going to get in my closet because my mom's like, oh my god, there's somebody in the house. You know, we have to hide. And so me and my mom took my little sister and I and herself and went and hid in my bedroom closet. We live in a house that has 3 bedrooms upstairs, as well as a few others downstairs. And so we got a little freaked out. We hid in my closet and we decided to sit there for a little bit. What had happened, my mom leaned over to me eventually and she said that she was going to go out into her closet and get something to protect us with. She said, even if you hear me, if you hear me screaming, if you hear anything weird, like, stay hidden. Don't move, don't make a noise, nothing. Keep your sister quiet. And so, to a 12, almost 13-year-old, that's going to freak him out a little bit. So she left, and she went to her closet, and she grabbed what she had available to grab. She had grabbed a dumbbell. I guess she thought she was going to be able to clock somebody over the head with it. And then she grabbed something else for protection that I'm not going to name, just because we really don't we don't like saying what we have in our house, especially when it's stuff for protection. So she grabbed that, and she sat and listened, and she freaked out because she thought she had heard someone on the phone because the phone was beeping, and she thought she heard somebody coming upstairs from the basement. So what had happened was she ended up leaving her closet. She went out to the living room, found out that it was actually my phone that was beeping, because at the time I had dropped it in water, and back then phones, when you drop them in water, they made all sorts of weird noises and beeps, and so she figured out what that was. Well, she grabbed a knife. And so at that point she had the cops on the phone, and she was freaking out. She frantically, oh my god, there's people in my house, I don't know what to do, my kids are hidden, and my kids are here, and this is not fair, it's my daughter's birthday tomorrow, and I've got to finish everything. And so the cops finally just looked at her. Well, obviously they couldn't look at her, she was on the phone, but the cops just told her, hey, call out to your kids, do you have one that's old enough to understand what's going on? And she said, yeah. So the lady said, okay, we'll call out to your kids, because if there's anybody in the house and it's too quiet, they might have the kids. And so my mom called out to me, and she basically just, Mercedes, is everything okay? Are you and your sister okay? And I was so scared to the point to where I didn't want to say anything, like, at all. It was so bad, I was shaking. And so I finally got up the courage to yell back, and I just basically told her, yeah, we're fine, we're, nothing's wrong. And she said, okay, well, my mom relayed back to the cop and said, well, my daughter yelled back to me, she said that they're fine, and that, nothing's wrong. And so the lady said, okay, well, then you need to have your daughter grab her sister, and you need to have her come to you. So my mom finally yelled to me, and she goes, Mercedes, you need to grab your sister, and you need to come to the front door. And she says, we have to go outside. And I'm like, I basically told her, I was like, Mom, I'm scared, I don't want to move, that's no. And she says, I'm fine, you're gonna be fine, I'm by the front door, you can see where you're going, just grab your sister and go. The sucky part was my sister had a diaper on. That's it. She was only in a diaper. She was very cold, and we had to wait about 20 minutes after we got off the phone with the dispatch lady in order for the cop to arrive just to search the house. So she got off the phone. The dispatch lady had basically told her where to set the items that my mom had for protection. That way the cops knew that she wasn't gonna, plan on using those to hurt anybody, except for in an act of protection against, for me and my sister and herself. And I was 12 or 13 at the time, so I was old enough to understand what was going on, and I knew about, the power going off and the power being on. And so I looked around, and I noticed that it was only our power that was off. Our neighbor's power was on, all of that. And I told my mom, I was like, Mom, our power is the only power that's off. Everybody else's is on. Well, the cops finally got there. My sister was shivering. And so the cops went in, they searched the house, they didn't find anybody. They came back outside and they asked my mom, hey, your power looks like it's still on. I'm not sure why it's off. Are you sure you pay your power bill? Are you sure this, that? And my mom says, yes, my husband pays it every single day, every month, like he should be. And so they finally just looked at her and said, okay, we're going to go search around the house just to make sure there's nobody outside communicating to anybody that could be on the inside, even though we didn't see anybody they could be hiding. So they went and they searched around the outside of the house. They didn't find anybody. So they came back to my mom and they said, okay, we notice you have a breaker on the outside of the house. And my mom said, well, yeah, that's our power box for the outside of the house. And he said, okay, there's no lock on it. And he goes, did you have a chance to check that just to see if maybe somebody flipped the breaker? And my mom said, well, no, normally we don't have a problem with that. So they went to the box, they checked the breaker, and it was off. Somebody had come to our house and flipped the breaker and was able to shut off all our power. So they came back to my mom and they basically just told her, okay, your power's back on. Somebody flipped the breaker on the outside of the house. We're assuming it's for a joke. And then they Went back and checked the house again with all the lights on. And my mom basically just told him we're home alone. My husband's at work. I'm scared to be home. Can you stay while I go inside and get my daughter some clothes because she's in nothing but a diaper? And so they stayed. They let us check for some clothes for her, and we left and went to my uncle's. My aunts and my uncle and my aunt's husband, they came and checked our house again for us, and they found a toy that was going off because it had been wet. And so that's also another noise that we heard, which freaked us out also because we didn't know if there was anybody outside talking. But long story short, everybody was okay. My dad came home and there was nothing wrong after that. My dad put a lock on the box and we haven't had any issues since, but it was pretty creepy. That's all I gotta say. Pretty creepy. Especially for a 12 or 13-year-old and a 2 to 3-year-old. So, but I don't know. My mom, she's always a little paranoid about things, but I wouldn't trade her for the world. So, Mom, if you're watching this, I love you. And I hope to be making more videos for you guys. So definitely thumbs up if you like the storytime videos, and I'll make more. Also, please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will hopefully be uploading more videos than I have been lately. So I can't wait. Thanks guys for watching.